My name's Vikki, and today we are going to look at a book, and the book is called Zog. I love this story. Have you heard this one before? It's one of my favourites. It's by the same person who wrote the Gruffalo and the Stick Man. I really like the Stick Man. It's one of my favourites. Madam Dragon ran a school many moons ago. She taught young dragons all the things they needed to know. Zog was the biggest dragon. He was the kindest by far. He tried his hardest every day to win a golden star. There he is. You see him? He's the biggest dragon there, isn't he? It's an orange dragon. The biggest dragon at the school. All the dragons in year 1 were learning how to fly. Hi, said Madam Dragon, way up in the sky. Now that you've been shown, you can practice on your own, and you'll all be expert flyers by the time you're fully grown. Zog went off to practice, flying fast and free. He soared the soar and looped the loop and crashed into a tree. Just then a little girl going by. Oh, please don't cry, she said. Perhaps you'd like a nice sticky plaster for your head. What a good idea, said Zog, and up and off he flew. His plaster glimmering pinkly as he zigzagged through the blue. A year went by, and in year 2 the dragons learned to roar. More, said Madam Dragon, louder I implore. Now that you've been shown, you can practice on your own, and you'll all be champion flyers by the time you're fully grown. Zog went off to practice. He roared with fearsome roar. He kept it up for hours on end, but then his throat grew hoarse. Just then a little girl came by. She said, what rotten luck. Perhaps you'd like a nice peppermint to suck. What a good idea, said Zog, and up and off he flew, breathing fumes of peppermint as he zigzagged through the blue. A year went by, and in year 3 the dragons learned to blow. No, said Madam Dragon, breathe out fire, not snow. Now that you've been shown, you can practice on your own, and you'll all be expert flyers by the time you're fully grown. Zog went off to practice. He blew with all his might. He twirled around in triumph, and his wingtip caught alight. Oh. Just then the little girl came by again and said, what, you poor old thing, perhaps you'd like a nice stretchy bandage for your wing. What a good idea, said Zog, and up and off he flew, his bandage flapping wildly as he zigzagged through the blue. All the year 4 dragons were learning. Can you guess? Yes, said Madam Dragon, how to capture a princess. Now that you've been shown, you can practice on your own, and you can practice on your own. You'll need to capture hundreds by the time you're fully grown. Zog went off to practice. He tried and tried and tried, but he simply couldn't manage. I'm no good at this, he sighed. I'll never wear a golden star. Just then he saw a girl. Perhaps, she said, you'd like to capture me. I am Princess Pearl. What a good idea, said Zog, and up and off he flew, the princess gripping tightly as they zigzagged through the blue. She's going to help him out, isn't she, his princess friend? Ah, said Madam Dragon, our first princess so far. Congratulations, Zog, my dear, you've won a golden star. Zog was proud and happy, and Pearl felt good as well. She took the dragon's temperature and nursed them when they fell. A year went by, and in year 5 the dragons learned to fight. Right, said Madam Dragon, here comes a real-life knight. Up spiked the knight. My name, he said, is Roundabout the Great. I've come to rescue Princess Pearl. I hope I'm not too late. Zog breathed fire and beat his wings. You can't, she's mine, he roared. Oh no, she's not, yelled Roundabout, and waved his trusty sword. The other dragons crowded round and watched them all agoo. Who's going to win the fight? Said Roundabout or Zog? Who's going to win the princess? What do you think, guys? Then Princess Pearl stepped forward, crying, stop, you silly chumps. The world's already far too full of cuts and burns and bumps. Don't rescue me. I won't go back to being a princess and prancing round the palace in that silly frilly dress. I want to be a doctor and travel here and there, listen to people's chests, giving them my care. Me too, explained the knight. And he took his helmet off his head. I'd rather wear a nice twisty stethoscope, he said. Perhaps, Princess, you'll train me up. And Pearl replied, of course, but don't see how the two of us could fit upon your horse. This horse doesn't look big enough for two people, does it? It's a bit small. Then Zog said, Flying Doctors, I'd love to join the crew. If you'll let me be your ambulance and I can carry you. Bravo, said Madam Dragon, an excellent career. And all Year 5 dragons gave a loud, reassuring cheer. Then Madam Dragon told the horses, I really hope you'll stay. You'll be our pupils' pet and they'll feed you lots of hay. What a good idea, said Zog, and up and off he flew, the Flying Doctors waving as they zigzagged through the blue. Ah, that's nice. They're all happy, aren't they? They've all got the jobs they wanted. That's lovely. And that's a story about a strong girl, princess, who